Excuse me. Hey there, little scientists. My name is Mr. Eric. I work at the Brambleton Branch Library, and I think it'd be a fun idea if we worked on an experiment today all about our stomachs. Now, you caught me eating my lunch. I am eating one of my favorite fruits ever. This is my delicious banana. Now, while I eat this banana, it is going through a process called digestion. Digestion is when the food in your body is broken down from looking like this to looking like something that your body can use for energy. So as I eat it, first step, my teeth are munching it up. Then it travels down my esophagus, down into my belly. It goes down through my intestines, both large and small. And then it comes out of my body as waste product. But that process takes a really long time, and there's a lot of steps to it. So I thought it'd be fun if you and I did an experiment that involved the stomach. What is involved with everything when the food goes from your mouth, boop, down into your stomach, boop, what exactly is happening? Do you have any guesses? Well, the good news is I have a fun, simple experiment that you can do at home. All you need is, let's see, some Ziploc bags. Any kind will do. See, right here, Ziploc bags. Also, if you want, you can also use a freezer bag. This is bigger. You will also need something that will work as your acid, because inside of your stomach, you have acids and enzymes. Acids and enzymes help to break down your food so that it changes from what it looks like when you eat it to something that your body can use to get energy out of it as it's digested through the stomach and the other intestines, the small and large intestines. So a good acid to use is lemon juice. Lemons are naturally acidic, so that would work really well. Or you might have some vinegar around your house. Now there's a lot of different types of vinegar. This is just regular white wine vinegar because I'm so fancy, but any type of vinegar will do. I think today, for today's experiment, I'm gonna use the vinegar instead of lemon juice because I got a lot more of this. And the only other thing you need for this experiment is food. So what kind of food do I have over here? I have my banana, which is a type of fruit. I also have some delicious, I don't know if you like bread. Let me smell this. This is pumpernickel bread. This is dark brown bread. Oh, it's so good. Oh man, I want to eat it right now. But we're going to save it for the experiment. And I also have, I got some bologna. Here we go. Let me turn this around. Bologna. I borrowed this from my daughter. I don't really eat bologna, but I wanted to show you how you can do this experiment with a fruit, with a piece of bread, some wheat, and some meat. So you can do this experiment at home with you. So if you want to try to gather, you can pause this video, gather your materials, and then come back. Or you can watch this video and then do it later on your own. It's actually a lot of fun. So let's see. Let's start with the bread. Here we go. And to make this a real experiment, to make it so that it's like as real as possible, I should probably take a bite of this bread. So I'm chewing it up, so we're breaking it down. So first step is you're going to take your bread, and just like how I'm breaking it down with my teeth, you're going to tear it up into little pieces, just like this. You could just do it with your hands, see? No big deal. And you don't have to tear them too small, just kind of like this. There we go. And if you look here, here's my bread. Looks good. And then you're going to put it in your bag. So, if you haven't figured it out yet, we're pretending that this bag is like our stomach. So we're eating. The food goes down our esophagus into our stomachs. So we're going to put it down in here. There we go. Looks good, right? Now, your stomach is filled with acid and enzymes, and it's actually called gastric juices. Ugh. Which, by the way, I like apple juice. I like orange juice. I don't want to drink no gastric juices, which basically is a fancy phrase for just a mix of acids and enzymes that are going to help break this down. So we're going to use our white vinegar. So whatever type of vinegar you have at home, you can use right now, or lemon juice, that will work as well. And you just take a little bit, here we go, just going to pour enough so that it kind of covers the food that we're eating. Here we go. That's probably enough. And let's take a look. Here, we're going to add a little bit more. Okay, now the food goes down into your belly, and then you're going to want to close it up nice and tight to make sure you don't get any vinegar or lemon juice everywhere. Lemon juice smells good, so that wouldn't be a bad deal, but vinegar doesn't smell that great. Oh, vinegar makes me think of, the smell of vinegar makes me think of dyeing Easter eggs with my parents. So that's not a bad memory, but it is kind of stinky. So you're going to close it up nice and tight. Here it is. And as you close it, you want to make sure you get the air out of it too. Okay, so now we've got it in there. Now, this is a time to take a pause. What do you think is going to happen when we do this next step? The last step is we fill it with acid, and now our stomach is actually surrounded with all these different types of muscles that contract the muscles of the stomach, like this. So it's smushing up the food even more than our teeth. So now we're going to take it and smush it for, let's do 10 seconds. You ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh boy. Okay, let's take a look at it now. Now let me get this closer. Okay, let's see. What does it look like to you? Now, there we go. Let me mix this up. I mushed this up. Can you make any observations about what you see about the bread inside of our pretend stomach? What do you see? If you haven't used the word observation before, it basically means what do you see and what have you noticed about something? I noticed the bread looks very mushy. I noticed the bread looks like it's actually falling apart. In fact, look at this. The vinegar is clear, like it's as clear as water, see? But look at this. It's not clear anymore, right? In the bag, now it's cloudy. You know what that's telling me? That's telling me that the bread has started to break down and it's starting to turn into a liquid. You know, just for funsies, let's mush this up some more. Let's do 10 more seconds, super speed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh boy, oh boy. There we go. So what this is telling us is that when we eat the food, it goes down our esophagus into our belly, and our belly is going to smush us up. Now, fun fact, how long is the food going to stay in your stomach for? This blew my mind when I first learned this. Food, after you've eaten it, it goes in your stomach and it stays there for 6 to 8 hours. So that banana I ate, it's going to be down there for a while, just hanging out, getting all smushed up, getting all chunky, or getting all liquidy, getting all smushed up, and having it get broken down. So then it can be absorbed by the rest of my body. Well, there we go. Now, real quick, I'll do these ones quicker because now you know all the steps. Let's do the banana next, and then we're going to do the bologna next after that. So first, let's get our, where did I put our bags? Here they are. Let's get our bag. Now, as I'm setting this up, think to yourself, do you have any predictions about what will happen to the banana or the bologna? Do you think it's going to break down as easily as the bread? Do you think it will take longer to break down? Do you think it's going to look the same? Any of these guesses are perfectly legitimate. So right now I'm just breaking up my banana into smaller pieces. Here we go. This piece I'm going to eat. Here's our banana. Pretend that's actually exactly like what's going on in my mouth right now. And I'm going to swallow. Here, wait. There we go. And like I said, my tummy is filled with acids. So let's fill this up. There we go. We are going to close it nice and tight. Make sure that you get the air out because it's going to be very hard to push on the Ziploc bag if there's air in it. It's going to be like a big bubble. And let's do it for, there you go. You see there's still nice big chunks, right? Right now, even though I haven't even started mushing yet, if you look here, it's very hard to see. See right here? There's already little chunks of the banana in there. See these little flakes? That's bits of banana. We haven't even started I guess we have started the digestion process, but you and I haven't even started mushing our fake stomach yet. And the acid is already breaking down the bananas. Let's do it for 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh boy, look at that. That is really broken down. You see, the banana is almost entirely liquid. Now just for funsies, why don't we do it for a little bit longer too? Because remember, that banana is gonna stay in my stomach for up to 6 to 8 hours. So depending on what type of food you're eating, it might stay in your stomach longer. Usually things that are very fatty, like a fish or a big fatty piece of steak, or maybe some bologna, will stay in your stomach much longer, whereas things that are high in protein or made of wheat or fruit might be digested a little bit faster. Oh boy, look at this. Part of the reason I love this is because I like experiments where you get to do gross things. Look at this. Now look, that banana is almost entirely gone. Look at that. Well, I guess I shouldn't say it's gone. It's almost entirely liquid, because it's still there. All of our banana is there. I didn't open the bag. It didn't leave the bag. All the banana is trapped inside our fake stomach, but it's been transformed into another form. It is now this liquidy form. Now in my stomach, my acids and my enzymes would break this down, and then it could travel to my small and large intestines, and I can then better absorb all the energy from this banana. Okay, now our last one is our piece of bologna. Let's get our last stomach. Ta-da! And here's our bologna. I actually cut a small piece right here. Here we go. Here we go. In fact, is this like a normal piece of someone would eat? Let's see. I'm going to break it one more time. There we go. I didn't want it to be too big. Okay, now while I do the bologna, I'm going to put the acid in here. Once again, do you have any predictions about how this will be different? I will tell you right now. Here's our pumpernickel bread. Here's our banana. One thing I've observed that's different between them is this banana broke down way faster and broke down more completely than the bread. Even if I was to mush this even more, there are still chunks in there. There we go. So one observation that I have is the banana broke down much easier and much faster than the bread did, which actually surprised me, because you know how bread, all you need to do is get a little soggy and then it kind of falls apart. Do you have any predictions? Do you think the bologna will break down faster or slower? Do you think it's going to turn to complete liquid like the banana, or still have chunks like the bread? Your vinegar is stinky. Okay, so we've got our stomach acid in there. Let's close it up. And once again, closing it is so important, especially, well, if you're dealing with any type of acid. So vinegar and lemon juice will not hurt you, but if they get in your eye, they will hurt really badly. They're going to stink. So you're going to want to be very careful, okay? Now, the acids in our stomach are much more powerful than vinegar or lemon juice. This is just pretend. This is an experiment. The acids in your stomach are so powerful that if they got out of your stomach, they actually kind of could hurt you. Acid reflux is something where the acids from your stomach travel up the esophagus and they can actually like burn your mouth. It kind of means that things are out of whack in your belly. Maybe you've eaten too much of a type of food that makes it really hard for the stomach to digest. So anyway, we poured it in. We haven't started mushing yet, but let's see. Do we see any like chunks in there? Kinda. It looks like it's starting to break down a little bit. Like, in fact, here's this little chunk here. That might have just been a little sliver from when I broke it. So let's do our 10 seconds. You ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And let's do super speed too, because if you look here, it hasn't even started to break down at all. Look, there's still big old chunks here. So we're going to do super speed. 20 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay. What is going on here? Are there any observations you can make about this? I've got one. This bologna is not breaking down as much as I thought it would. Look at this. There are some little chunks here, but it's still pretty solid, right? So now remember, this experiment means that we're trying to simulate what's happening inside our stomach. So remember when I took a bite of this banana? That banana's probably liquid by now, baby. It's all smushed up and my body's getting ready to digest it. If I ate some of this bologna, I think it would still be working on it. It would still be mushing it, just like this. Mushing, mushing, mushing. All the muscles of that stomach smushing against it. All the acids and the enzymes working, doing their job. This isn't to say that you can't eat meat, because we eat meat all the time, don't we? Or those of us that aren't vegan eat meat all the time. But that means that when you do eat meat, it's going to take much longer for it to break down. Your stomach has to work much harder. Look, we still have big old chunks here. Hasn't broken down yet. So, what did we learn? I think we learned that certain types of food can get broken down by the body much faster than others. It seems that fatty foods, in this case, well, the one thing we do know, it seems that bologna takes much longer to get broken down by your body than other types of foods. We also learned that when bananas get digested, that looks pretty nasty. So, if you want to do this experiment at home, like I said, all you need is the right materials. Ziploc bag, a type of acid, lemon juice or vinegar, and any type of food you want. I would love to see if you do this experiment at home. You can let us know by putting it on our Facebook page. Once again, my name is Mr. Eric. I work at the Brambleton Branch Library. If you happen to come in, if you come into the library and did the experiment, let me know, because that's going to make me really happy. But if you if you do come in, let me know what you've eaten lately and how your stomach's handling it. Is it digesting it okay? Thank you so much for spending time with me. I hope you learned something fun, and I hope to see you around the library. Have a great one. Bye, guys.